Hey everybody, you got Craig, and this is Craig's World Rocks. And I'd like to say hi to everyone out there again today. If you like the content that I'm bringing to everyone, please like and subscribe. I want to eventually get this site up to a point where we can have live discussions, etc., etc. So don't hesitate to join the family. But tonight, or today, whatever time you decide to watch this video, I'm going to talk about a subject that you don't hear people talking about very regularly, psychometry. Psychometry, for me, and what I was educated in, is the art of doing a reading through picking up or connecting with the vibration of an object that an individual might carry with them or might be dear to them. So, you know, it could be a piece of jewelry, it could be anything. It could just be a keepsake, something that has really absorbed or connected with that individual's energy. Because psychometry is the art of you allowing your energy to connect with someone else's energy and read their pathway that's most likely going to come up in the next period of time for them, their lifeline, their direction they're heading in. Like I've spoken about earlier, when it comes to, predicting the future, those futures are created, in my opinion, by the individual themselves. You have already created the pathways that you travel down. You just get to choose, and do choose, which particular pathway of those infinite choices that you've already created you want to go down, which looks like the one that you prefer, whatever you want to experience as such. So sometimes people want to actually get some insight into their own direction they might be heading in, because maybe there are situations happening in their lives that they feel very clouded and they can't really see clearly, or they just want to have some type of vision spoken to them that might actually allow them to click further into and realize further into the things that they want to create and the direction they want to go in. I'm going to tell you a little story about psychometry, personal to myself. So when I first opened up to clairvoyancy, meditation, dealing with one's issues, and understanding that you create your own reality, that you actually have power in your own life. It's not someone else doing it to you. It's everything's controlled and created from yourself. It's you that actually decide what's best for you. I was learning meditation through one of my first mentors, and we'll just say she was a very intuitive psychic, and she taught me the art of meditation in her circle group. And a circle group, for those who aren't aware, is just a group of people coming together, learning how to meditate, and bringing in, allowing yourself to connect with the clear or higher self of yourself, getting images and direction, and helping clear the issues that you might have, and really centrally connect with who you are. So clearing away the rubbish and allowing yourself to get back to who you truly are, and what you want your life to be about. Okay, so when I first met one of my first mentors, let's say one of my first mentors in life when it comes to clairvoyancy, etc. Once I'd learned to meditate to a certain level, and a certain level of being able to hold that consciousness at a very calm state, breathing, getting yourself nice and clear and deep, and allowing images to flow through your mind, and not necessarily understanding what those images meant, but trusting that they were coming from a higher place or from another place or another person. But starting to learn those things. one of the first things I got to try to do was she taught me how to connect with an object that might be someone else's, and basically allow that information to come through into my third eye and into my body, and to actually read a person through connecting with something that was close to them. And I remember one of the first instances, a friend of hers was there, and I honestly can't remember why her friend was there, but she'd asked if I might be able to do a reading on her, if her friend was open to me doing that, part of my learning process. And I remember she actually gave me a ring. It was a ring that she was wearing. Gave me a ring, and I was able to hold that ring. And honestly, I didn't know whether I could do this. I was still in the learning process of meditating. It was really an opening to what was there for me and what a person was capable of. I felt this ring. I remember the first thing holding this ring, I basically felt it was kind of like intertwined, like the gold and silver was interwoven, and it felt quite tight. So I was feeling the actual shape of the ring, and it made me feel a tightness in myself, like an anxiety, like not sure about what was the right thing to be doing in my life. And so as I was feeling that, I would express this. Because if you speak about what you feel, you start to open up your energy centers. Now, third eye chakra is where we dream at night time and where we see images from a clairvoyant perspective, but you also read from the heart. And the heart's actually more powerful. It's the feeling that you get when you touch something, when you imagine something, there's a lot of different things that come from a lot of different aspects. So my first experience was feeling the item, relaxing with the item, allowing my energy to envelop or absorb or bring that energy from the ring into my own being. So it was really relaxing with it. And as I felt the tightness of the ring, the interwovenness, and I was spinning it, and I felt like there was a decision to be made, and I would start to say these things. There's a decision because the client or the friend was sitting there, and I said, and then as I started to say there was a decision to be made, I started to get an image come into my head, and I saw a ship, or a big 50-foot, it was like a 50-foot big yacht. And I spoke this, and I said, have you been in a yacht or a big ship before? And she said, no, I don't know anyone with a yacht. And I said, well, I see you on this yacht with a lot of people celebrating with champagne glasses, having a real wow of a time, really lovely day, really still water, but you're out in the bay. It looks pretty spectacular. You seem to be really enjoying yourself. It's some type of celebration. And she said to me at the time, well, I don't know anyone with a boat. And I certainly, she thought that I was on some bad wavelength, but we rolled with that. And I said a few more things, and I handed back the ring, and we said, okay, no worries, nice to meet you. Have a good day, all that type of stuff. And on she went. Now, my clairvoyant teacher was like, that's fine. They don't always know what you see. Sometimes you'll see things in the future that haven't come to pass yet. We don't 100% know. We don't know whether it was the future or the past or whatever, but she seemed to think that it was probably something from the future because her friend could not remember or said she'd never had an experience on a yacht like that. So anyway, I put that out of my mind, and it was my first experience of trying to do a reading for someone. Anyway, 2 weeks later, I was in class. We rolled up to do our meditation that week in the class, and I got there a little bit early, and my mentor come to the door and said, oh, you wouldn't believe, my friend gave me a ring the other day, and she said last weekend she happened to be at the races with some other friends, and these other friends knew the owner of this racehorse, and this racehorse, they won this race and they were all excited and they all got invited out that next day, and they were invited out on a yacht the next day. And it was a fantastic experience. She said they were celebrating the win that the horse had and all this type of stuff. And she said she couldn't believe it because she'd never been on a yacht before or a boat before, and she didn't know anyone with it. And it just happened to be that she was with this group of other friends at the races that particular time that invited her out with the rest of them. So the image that I saw that came in was a prediction or picking up on her timeline of she was going to be having that experience. And that helps solidify my belief that we all can connect with different timelines for anyone, for yourself, for other people. Psychometry is the art of reading jewelry and objects to pick up what people most likely direction they're heading in, and to help them know whether that's something they want or don't want. Because I'm a big believer that each person can change direction at any point in time. If you don't like the idea of something, you don't have to go through it. Sometimes we go through it because we don't realize that we have a choice, or things, take hold faster, and you find yourself on a roller coaster through a particular situation. But always understand that each person has the choice to change at any point in time. Even though it might seem impossible, you always have a choice. You are the creator of your own reality. You have chosen these things to go through because there are amazing experiences to come. I'm a very big believer in what you go through now will lead you to more amazing things as you head forward. Always stay positive. Always project what you would prefer in your life, and don't worry about the outer extremities that are happening around you. Stay centered. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to what's inside you and what you love and what you want. And no matter what happens around you, you will always enjoy the things that you prefer in your life. You will have great experiences by staying centered and being true to yourself. So psychometry, the art of reading individuals through items. Jewelry works really well, and any keepsakes or things that people might have kept, maybe from past loved ones, that can also help when it comes to connecting with people that have crossed over. That's something else we can talk about another time. But for tonight, psychometry, it's very exciting. You can try it yourself. It's relaxing. It's trusting what you feel when you hold the item. Let the words come through. Express what you're feeling, and you'll start the energy flowing. And that's when you find yourself really connecting in to what is coming up for that individual. And then images can come through as well. So work on your meditating, work on opening up your third eye, work on trusting your feelings and your heart, because that's where the truth is. That's where you are, in your heart. Okay? So yeah, have fun. Try it with your friends, your family. Psychometry, the art of reading objects and connecting with people's upcoming experiences. You create your own reality. I'm Craig. Craig's World Rocks. Your world rocks. Also, like and subscribe if you like what I talk about. We'll keep coming with lots of videos. Have a great night. It's great to see you all again. We'll talk soon. Catch ya.